Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the MadMaggs podcast. It's just going to be me on the podcast today, talking about Last Christmas with Emilia Clarke and Henry Golding. Miguel did not go see this movie; he's not interested. It's a Christmas movie. It's a rom-com, so it's not his cup of tea. So, so he did not go see it. So it's just me that's going to be talking about it. This is going to be also a non-spoiler review, so we won't be coming out with a spoiler review just because it is just me on the podcast. So talking about this movie, so we'll just be doing, or I'll just be doing, a non-spoiler review. So don't worry if you have not seen the movie yet. My lips are sealed, unless it comes about the plot. But in case you have not seen the trailer for the movie is, it said it's a Christmas based movie following Emilia Clarke, Mother of Dragons from Game of Thrones, and the long ass name that I don't remember all of it, but I won't go into it, but y'all get the idea. And Henry Golding, who is from Crazy Rich Asians, which his mother that was in that movie, Michelle Yeoh, she is also in this movie, in as more of a comedic element. So that was really nice to see from her. And then Henry Golding is from Crazy Rich Asians, like I said, and A Simple Favor. He played Blake Lively's husband. Just to give you an idea of where you might have seen his face before if you don't remember. Emma Thompson is also in this movie that plays Emilia's mom. Really great. She actually helped produce this movie. She started actually to writing it back in 2010. But this is a really sweet movie. I mean, it's a romantic comedy, so there's not a lot to say about it. It's very sweet. There are some moments in there that raises awareness to things that are going on in not only going on in in the States, but also that's going on in Europe right now as far as like immigration. So that was really cool to see, because that was just another element that I had zero idea we would see in this movie. So just to kind of play out like it did, it's just, I was like, wow, was not expecting it. So it kind of just added that, a little bit of awareness in there. Kind of made the movie a little bit better for me. But overall, I mean, it's follows Emilia Clarke's character. She's kind of like, I don't want to say she's down on her luck because she creates all this bad luck on herself. Like, she's very self-absorbed character, and you really just don't like her at the beginning of the movie. She's not really a likable character. She brings all this bad stuff on herself, and she's just I mean, she's like she's like that friend that you have that never really grows up and gets their shit together. And this is always that friend that you're taking care of. This is Emilia Clarke character. But what makes it so good and watching her character grow throughout the movie is that Emilia Clarke has this she has this way that she has like just this presence. And I'm not talking about like a intimidating presence like in Game of Thrones where she's like, girl, woman, badass. But also in the movie Me Before You, she was in there with Sam Claflin, another rom-com movie. This comedy aspect that she has, I really think that she does very well with comedy movies like this, because you can't just help but feel like this is her, like she brings a lot of herself in these characters, and she's just so much fun to watch on screen. Not only whenever it was Game of Thrones, but these romantic comedies that she's been doing. So she's really great. And you really don't want to like her in the, like I say, you don't want to like her in the movie, but she's just so, it's just so genuine. I don't really know how to explain it, because I mean, it's a romantic comedy, but of course because it's a Christmas romantic comedy, there's some kind of twist. And I was actually, before I went and saw this movie, I was talking about it with Miguel the first time I saw the trailer, and I was like, I think this is going to happen. And I wasn't very far off at all. But even though I kind of figured out what the ending was, I still really enjoy the movie as a whole. I would definitely go and see it again. Like, it's probably one of those movies that, whenever it comes out on Christmas, I'll watch it. I really like watching Emilia Clarke. I felt her and Henry Golding together were very sweet. And the music backdrop of the whole uh, movie is George Michael music. So that's like the reoccurring theme throughout the movie, is that the whole movie is centered around George Michael. Like, she's an obsessed George Michael fan in the movie. So it has great music in this as well. But if you haven't seen it, I mean, I would suggest going and see it. I told Miguel that he should go and see it too, because I think he would enjoy it. Even though he doesn't like romantic comedies, but I think eventually when it comes out on TV, like, I'll get him to watch it. I think he'll enjoy it a little bit, but he probably won't want to watch it every year when it comes on TV like I do. But I think it's a very sweet movie, very wholesome, really fun. You kind of find you can kind of find yourself in different characters throughout the movie. And I really enjoy that, and it has some really funny scenes, like the scenes with like Michelle Yeoh. There's this guy that just comes in and is very dramatic how he comes in, and the store's about to close, and this guy just like comes in and he opens both doors, and it's just like, bam, here I am. And he walks right up to her and he's like, I need blah, blah, blah. And she's like, oh, this? And it's very dramatic, very over the top, but it is hilarious. And it's, it in that way, I think the movie really pokes fun at other romantic comedies. Like, oh, I walk into the store and I find the love of my life, and here's just everything that's going on. And it's so funny that it just has that self-awareness that is just, well, we're not going to give you a traditional love story, but we're going to put another one like really blatantly in your face and make it really funny by how aware it is, how self-aware the whole situation is. So that was really funny to watch, and see all that go down. But yeah, I mean, again, overall, I think the movie is great. I think, if your girlfriend or your wife or significant other wants to go see it, if you're not completely on board with it, just go see it. I don't think that you'll have a horrible time watching it or won't enjoy any aspect of the movie, because there's a couple of moments that are really laugh out loud that actually was not in the trailer, thankfully, because I hate it whenever all the best parts, the most funny, laughable parts are in the trailer. That's the most frustrating thing. But yeah, Last Christmas. If I had to give it one of our ratings, I would probably give this a matinee. Um, it's matinee bordering rental. But the only reason why I say it's a matinee is because it is Christmas, so it is around the Christmas time. So that's why I'm leaning more towards matinee. But if I were to see this like on TV and wanted to do a review about it, I would just say a rental, just because you kind of have to be in the season to watch it, of course. But yeah, but that is my overall review. Thanks for hanging out with me. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, please do. We have a new series out. It's the Decades series, Best of the Decade series. Right now we have video 2010, 2011. We have some people on the podcast. We have Heather, who has been in our Jojo Rabbit reviews. We also have Morgan and Sasha, who is on our Dr. Sleep review. So Sasha's also been in the Joker review as well. So yeah, so if you like those videos and you liked hearing them, so you'll love hearing us all together just talking mad shit to each other about all of our favorite choices throughout the decades for our movie choices. So if you haven't checked those out, I'll leave a link to the videos down below in the description bar. But like I said, yeah, please like and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for hanging out with me today and dealing with my little bit of rambles as I try to fumble through this by myself review. But thanks for hanging out, and I'll talk to you again next time.